Hello everybody, I am Sarah Banks from Banks' Business Solutions, and today I want to talk about forming a great relationship with your freelancer. Now, those of you that know me know that I've been in business for just over 6 years now, and from experience over time, I can pretty much tell now from the initial consult with a client whether they'll be a good fit or not. And there's some things that prospective clients and long-term clients can do to ensure that the relationship when we work together does go well. Now, not all relationships do go well. When you're working with a freelancer, virtual assistant, web designer, social media manager, whoever it is, the personalities that you both have are really important. And if your personalities aren't a good fit, then quite often your business relationship won't be a good fit. Of course, that isn't always the case. There's always anomalies to this, but there's lots of ways that you can help and support each other to make sure that you have a really, really good, successful working relationship. So these are my top tips for that. First of all, be clear on what you want your support team to do for you. That doesn't mean that you need to handhold all the time, because quite often virtual assistants, outsourced business support, freelancers, we have ideas that we'll bring to you as well, and we'll often work on our own initiative. But if you're not clear about the boundaries and what you want us to do and what you don't want us to do, that's where confusion can come in. Be friendly and work on building a rapport. Doesn't mean you have to tell each other chapter and verse of everything you've done, but just how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Take an interest in each other's lives outside of business, just to start to build that relationship together. Make sure that when you get your quote and scope of work from your freelancer, you read it. I quite often find that clients don't always read what I send to them, and I will admit do have quite robust contracts and quite robust scopes of work, but a lot of businesses go wrong when one or other party isn't clear on the terms, or the client thought the freelancer was doing something that they weren't doing and it wasn't clear. So really make sure that you understand the scope of work and that what's in that is what you expect to be in it. And if it isn't, go back and ask them, because there could be a reason why it's not there. The next thing to do is to respect boundaries. Both yourself and your freelancer will have your own ways of working. You'll work different hours sometimes, but it's being respectful of each other's boundaries and the way that each of you prefers to be contacted. Now, some virtual assistants will have very specific ways that they want you to communicate with them. Others will be more flexible, but be respectful. Don't demand time from them when you know that it's not their working time, and just try to work together to find a way that works for both of you, particularly if your hours are very, very different. For example, I've worked with a number of clients now that are not based in the UK, and we've worked together to ensure that we can communicate outside of normal working hours where necessary, but also trying to make sure our communication happens during each other's working hours where there's a crossover. The next thing is to say, tell them if something's wrong. Before you complain or get kind of agitated by something that's not quite how you expected it to be, have a conversation. Tell them, because that's the quickest and easiest way of resolving problems. And my final point is to give feedback. It's so important for freelancers and for yourselves to know what you're doing well and what's not going so well. So providing feedback both publicly and privately can really, really help, because it allows your virtual assistant or freelance support to be able to go and share that feedback and say, look, this is what I do in their marketing. It also makes them feel appreciated by you. So that is my top tips. I'd love to know how you've got on in relationships with freelance support before, what's worked, what hasn't worked. It would be great to have a conversation around that. So pop some comments below this video. I hope you found this useful. If you've got any questions or want to have a chat, please do get in touch, and I'll see you on another video soon. Bye for now.